Hey, truth seekers, welcome back. Zach here. It's August 5th, 2016. The big news story this morning: Chicago police have released a video of the killing of an unarmed black teenager. His name is Paul O'Neill. Reportedly, he was killed 8 days ago, July 28th, 2016. In the mainstream, they're comparing this story to the deaths of Ronald Johnson and Laquan McDonald last fall, 2015. The stories of their killings were released in the mainstream. Chicago police gunning down unarmed black teenagers. Both of those stories emerged out of nowhere, and both of those stories were reportedly from a year earlier. The killings were supposedly in 2014, but nobody heard about it until late 2015. They brought out the stories of the killing of Ronald Johnson and Laquan McDonald the same time that there was another propaganda shooting in the media. Recall December 2nd, 2015, San Bernardino. There was a shooting there. All day it was reported that 3 athletic white males dressed in all black were wanted for the shooting. 12 hours later, it turned to a Middle Eastern married couple was responsible for the shooting inspired by ISIS. San Bernardino is the location of the first McDonald's restaurant. That story came out, the San Bernardino shooting, the same time that the headlines were circulating out of Chicago about the killing of Laquan McDonald, Ronald Johnson, Ronald McDonald, the McDonald's mascot, a shooting in San Bernardino where McDonald's is from. Last year, 2015, marked 31 years since the San Ysidro McDonald's massacre. And McDonald's in gematria equals 31. Remember, the San Ysidro McDonald's massacre came on July 18th, 18/7, a lot like 187, the homicide code for police. The shooting at the McDonald's came exactly 187 days after the death of Ray Kroc, who died January 14th, 1984. Interesting that San Bernardino equals 114. He dies on 1/14. 187 days after his death, a shooting on 18/7 at a McDonald's, where McDonald's is headquartered in Illinois. The town name, gematria of 187. The same town that Ray Kroc was from, who died 187 days before the shooting. The reason I'm giving you all this backstory is to understand that there is a history of false shootings by the numbers used to control people, to scare them, to make new political agenda, to further militarize police and build a police state. That's exactly what's going on with these reported killings. They're using these stories of police killing young black men to build opposition to it, to then say that there's a threat out there against the police, so they need to be further militarized, they need more army or more armor. Been talking about this in recent weeks with the killing video of Alton Sterling, Philando Castile, the Blue Lives Matter bill. We're going to touch on all of that right now. Let's decode this morning's shooting, showing that it's more staged propaganda by the numbers. And then let's also watch the video that they've put out today, the big news. So the news comes on August 5th, 2016. That's a date with 49 numerology. 49 is the number of Revelation, the book of prophecy. The people who control our media, the Freemasons, the Zionist Jews, they code from the book of Revelation, the book of prophecy, in all of their propaganda wrongdoing. You know, the book of Revelation is about the end times. It says the false Jews, the Zionist Jews will rule. And that book is about the destruction of the earth. All of these stories about chaos, violence, terrorism, they fit within that narrative. Today's date, August 5th, can also be written 5/8 as it is in most parts of the world, just like Freemasonry, just like Blue Lives Matter, just like Alton Sterling. If you haven't seen my work on Blue Lives Matter and Alton Sterling killing, as well as Philando Castile, go back and watch that video. The Louisiana governor signed a bill called Blue Lives Matter that says police are under attack by terrorist threats such as Black Lives Matter. That was the Louisiana governor. The shooting of Alton Sterling was directly synced up with the date the bill was signed Please go back and revisit those videos. All of this stuff is staged propaganda. It's the reason we're getting this story on August 5th, 5/8. As for the date of the killing of this young teen, July 28th, 2016, that's a date with a life lesson number of 44. Kill equals 44, officer 44, teen 44, shooting 44. Numbers routinely coded into these, provoking murder stories. Again and again. They say the victim's 18. 18 has the same gematria as sacrifice. Also the same gematria as Chicago. Chaos also equals 46. Hate crime equals 46. The Blue Lives Matter bill was targeting people who commit hate crimes against police. Dallas police equals 46. The day after the Alton Sterling and Philando Castile news stories, there was the 7/7 Dallas shooting at a Black Lives Matter protest. The Blue Lives Matter bill targeted Black Lives Matter as a threat to police. The next day in 7/7 in Dallas, the shooting. And let me remind you about these numbers. Dallas in gematria sums to 49. The shooting came 49 days before the mayor's birthday, Mike Rawlings. Rawlings equals 49. These numbers get used again and again. That shooting came on 7/7. 7 times 7 is 49. Also, police officer equals 77. Police department equals 77. They said it was the worst police killing for a department since September 11th. Let me just show you all this real quick. Just write this out. Police officer, 77. Police department, 77. September 11th, 77. They said on July 7th, 7/7, it was the worst loss of life for a police department since September 11th. And on September 11th, this number was very prevalent. Washington, D.C. is on the 77th meridian. They said Flight 77 hit the 77-foot-tall Pentagon on the 77th meridian exactly 77 minutes after taking off. And every single plane that crashed that day was by the numbers. Right now I'm just emphasizing 77. So again, Chicago 46, Chaos 46, Sacrifice 46, 18 46, Baton Rouge equals 46, Dallas Police, Dallas, Texas, all these things equal 46. They use certain police departments that have the numbers of significance to routinely give us this propaganda. They said he was driving a black Jaguar. We'll see this in the video when we watch it in a moment. Think about the race war symbolism. Think about the Black Panther Party controlled opposition. A black Jaguar, a Black Panther. We just had the Super Bowl with the Black Panthers versus the White Broncos. The weekend before the Super Bowl, the new O.J. Simpson trial TV show on FX where it begins with the white Bronco chase. The same Masons and Zionists who control the media are the same ones who control Hollywood, are the same ones who control and rig sports. Everybody who follows my work should understand this by now, It's case closed at this point. Black Jaguar, gematria of 33, secrecy 33, masonry 33, police 33, Black Lives 33, race war equals 33. They always need to code this number into these manufactured race war stories. That's why we have a Black Jaguar plus the subliminal for Black Panther. I'll also point out that Black Jaguar, the big way, sums to 87, like the name Clinton, Hillary Clinton from Chicago. At her Philadelphia Democratic National Convention, she had all those mothers on the stage. All those mothers pretending to have lost sons over the last few years, and all these race war stories that are all fiction, meaning all those mothers' losses of their sons are fictional. The police really do murder people. They get away with the worst crimes, and you never hear about them in the media. Anytime these stories make the media, they are fictional, they're bullshit, they're meant to provoke. Notice Chicago is also on the 87th meridian. The name Paul O'Neill, the young 18-year-old who was supposedly killed, which we'll see in the video in just a moment, Well, we don't actually see him get killed, but we see that he's supposedly dead after the video. Paul O'Neill, gematria of 34 like murder. Paul O'Neill, the big way, 97 like Civil War. The Civil War coding in all of these shootings, always present. See my work on Freddie Gray. It was entirely structured around tributes to the Civil War. Think about what they're trying to do with the race war. Divide us as a people. That's what a civil war is. The name Paul also has gematria of 50 like America. This is propaganda for a nation. O'Neill alone is 47. Very important number to Freemasonry. Euclid's 47th problems about building foundation. All of these stories are building the foundation for an agenda that will eventually be realized. Whether that's a civil war among the people, a fully militarized police state. That's where they're taking us with these narratives. Shocking and disturbing footage. Anytime they emphasize a phrase like this, there's significant gematria there. Shocking and disturbing equals 228, like United States of America, like death in English gematria. February 28th, the end of Black History Month, 2/28, is the 59th day of the year. 59, a number connected to killing, a number stamped all over Black Americans. Martin Luther King Jr. equals 228. A man assassinated by the numbers. Here's the headlines today. Let's watch the video. Notice how as they put this out, they say the video may cause civil unrest. And that's exactly what they want. They want people to act out so that they can build more of a reason, saying, see, we need this militarized police state. We need this police surveillance state. They're duping us with an agenda. All right, Truth Seeker, we're going to watch the video. The video is 10 minutes long. We're going to watch about the first 4.5 minutes of it. Notice how the time up here, it's on the date July 29th, not July 28th. Everywhere they're reporting that this happened July 28th, but for some reason the camera says July 29th. We saw this earlier this year with the Hoax shooting at the Oregon standoff. You might remember that story, the beginning of the year. The Oregon standoff. They put out a video of shooting of one of the participants and the time was off. The next day the FBI said that's because they're using Zulu time. Perhaps that's what they'll say here too. But what I notice is it's July 29th and look at the minutes. Minutes at the start of this video, 33. Of course. All signs of the scripted hoax by the numbers. Let's watch.
Right there. Northbound 75 from 75 a mile. Hitting the north area of Merrill. North area. 79.
It's a Jaguar, dude.
Hitting North Alley of 79. 75 right there. Hitting the North Alley from 75 a mile. Back up 75 right now. Going back to 75th.
Go back to 75th.
What's your location now? Going back out north on Merrill, going up circle from up to 75th Street. Going towards 74 now.
Going towards 74.
Okay, you got him, you got him. Okay, so I want to have him respond.
You had a car down that middle. Get the fuck out! He barreled, going west. Go left, get the hell out!
Man, pretty sure Bill Black short hair.
Go.
Okay, gray shirt, short hair. Gray shirt, short hair. Wait a minute now.
Fuck. Give me over.
Where's the end now? Male black, short hair, gray shirt.
Come on, let's go, run.
Hey, come on, go back to Merrill. Back to Merrill, going back to Merrill.
Go back to Merrill.
Short hair, gray shirt. Dealing with emergency, go ahead.
Where?
Going north in here. Going north in Going north and yard, the Fort Mill, black short hair, gray shirt. Leave that there. Come on, Shirley, we got him in the yard. He got him in the yard, what's the location?
Your hands behind back!
Fucking shoot at us.
7351 on Miro.
Yeah, I'm fine. We got
Hey, you okay,
EMS for him.
Okay, we need EMS.
The thunder is in the yard, 7340. Male, roll the ambulance on you.
Guys, you got anything on you? 406 boys, shots fired by the police.
Shot too? Huh? You shoot? Yeah.
And they shot at us too, right?
One.
What's that?
I shot at the car after it almost hit you.
Is anybody okay? Everybody all right?
Yeah.
Is the officer shot? I don't know, bro. I don't know.
Okay.
You're not here, right? What's a good address?
The information on the PO, has the PO been shot or just the offender?
Stand by, squad.
What's the information on the PO? Has the PO been
I
shot?
don't know. My fucking knee hurts. My fucking arm hurts. I don't know if it's from hitting us in the car.
Yeah. Doesn't look like you shot, right?
Okay, so for the ambulance is around.
Yeah.
Yeah, please. Carol, is there? Yeah. He hit our car.
So I don't know if you noticed that, but you could see that the victim who was down on the ground had rolled over on his side when the camera went back over there. And they say he died. There's a little bit of blood on the ground. Just remember, these stories are contrived bullshit. This is all made up propaganda, filmed for a national TV audience, and, just made to provoke. Police officers get away with much worse every day, and it never gets reported. They just want to put out these stories, get people worked up, work on all the prior programming that's been given to us, from Ronald Johnson and Laquan McDonald to Trayvon Martin to Michael Brown to Sandy Bland to Freddie Gray, Alton Sterling, Philando Castile, and all the other ones I didn't name. There's been a lot of stories. If you go to this blog right here, you type in Race War Chapter Draft. Let's see. This should pull it up right here. You can come to my blog, type this same thing. Right here. Chapter 8, Race War Needless Division. So much information here, Truth Seeker. This is, like if this was in a book, this is almost 100 pages long here. And what it goes through is every single race-based shooting you've heard of in the history of this nation. Shows how they're all coded by these same numbers again and again and again. Tamir Rice, all these stories, Truth Seeker. So you can come to my blog. I'll link this in the description. You want to read up on how they've been doing this over the years, by the numbers, Rodney King, so many more. O.J. Simpson trial. It's all right here. All right, Truth Seeker, until next time.